Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a review from my IPSY My Glam bag, which this month was Pretty in Pink. And so I'm going to show you what I got in this month's bag, and I'm also going to review the months of January, February, and March. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first of all, the bag this month is very cute. I almost wish they would have put the inside fabric on the outside because I just think it's really fun with the stripes. It has a little bit of IPSY logo inside. The outside is just white and it has the pink zipper, but it's still really cute. I just wish for spring they would have put some more pattern on the outside. And then inside was some great products. So I'll start off with my favorite. So my favorite was the blush in Sweet Cheeks from Be a Bombshell. And this is a beautiful pink, a titch of peachy coral color. And the thing I like about this is at first glance it looks more like a matte blush. But when it's on your skin, it gives a really nice iridescent effect without being shimmery or sparkly. So I feel like it's a great multi-purpose, especially if you're in a hurry, you can just sweep it on and it gives it kind of that highlighted effect as well as giving some nice color to the cheek. The shade of it, I think it's a great color. Okay, the next thing I got was from Mica Beauty, and this is more of a loose pigment, and this is a shimmer powder in the color Earth, and this is a really pretty pink as well. It's a lighter pink. It almost can be more of a champagne pink, but it's really nice and it's got a lot of shimmer to it. I think you could use this as a highlighter. I think this would be great as a highlighter, but I also think that it would be great just to put over your eyes for a little bit of pop or just for a sparkly, shimmery lid color. I find the easiest thing to do when you're using something like this is just to shake it up in the lid, especially where it's not an open container. And then go ahead and dab in there and tap it wherever you want a little extra shimmer. Just a nice shimmering effect without too much color, but a little hint of pink. So the next thing we got this month was a nail color from Satin, and on the box it said it was made for IPSY. So I've never heard of this brand before. I don't know if it's exclusively produced by IPSY or this was just a collection color that they made for IPSY. But this is the color Love at First Bite, and it's a nice just sheer peach color. From the bottle, I was expecting it to be a little bit more opaque. With one coat, it's hardly noticeable. I just put 2 coats on and now you can see a little more color on that. Next thing that I got was something I've already used. I've had it before, and it's the Big Sexy Powder Play. And this is a sample size. The normal size is a little bit bigger. It's not too much bigger, but it is a little bit bigger than this. So this is a pretty deluxe size sample for this product. And this is actually a volumizing powder, and when it comes out it just looks like white powdery dust and you think, okay, what am I going to do with that? But how this works is it gives your hair a little bit of texture and grip. I actually used this before in one of my volumizing hairstyling tutorials, but the easiest way to use it is if you just go ahead and part your hair and then just sprinkle a little bit of the powder in along the roots. So you're going to get a little bit more of that lift and a little bit of texture. It's nice if you're doing a style that you want a little bit more hold. If you have dark hair, you still can use this, but just make sure you blend it in really well so you don't see any white spots in your hair. So that's everything that I got in this month's bag. So now I'm just going to start with different categories and share different products and what I liked or didn't like. So first of all, in skincare, I received some of these Travel Light makeup remover wipes, and I really like these. I feel like they have a nice scent. They're not too chemically smelling, and I think they do a good job of removing makeup very easily. I didn't feel like I had to scrub too hard. They're a little bit textured, but they're definitely not rough. I have very sensitive skin. I also have rosacea, and I didn't notice any problems or it didn't irritate my skin at all, and so I like that this left my skin feeling moisturized and not dry and tight. So I really liked these little makeup remover wipes. Next thing is a sample from PURGE, and I already am a fan of PURGE. I use their brightening peach concentrate all the time. I love this stuff. So I was excited to see a sample from them. And this is the Flawless and Poreless Primer. And I've used this on my face today. And I think it's a great primer. I wouldn't say it beats the Hourglass Mineral Veil. I still think that's my #1 favorite primer. But it does make the makeup go on really smooth, and it doesn't settle into your pores, and it helps your makeup stay on longer. So I think this is a great sample and a good size, and I've used this quite a few times, and I think this is a great product, so I really enjoyed getting that. Okay, the next thing, this is kind of a hair/skin product. This is from Josie Maran, and this is the argan oil. And you might think that this is a really small bottle, which it is, but you get a lot of product because you only use like a little drop. So this is not like a mixed oil. Like I have this oil here, which is from Derm Organic, and it's considered a treatment, and it's made with argan oil. This is straight up argan oil. So the nice thing about this is where that Derm Organic has a little bit of that silicone feel, this has more of a natural oil feel. Like it doesn't have that silicone feel to it at all. So that's why you can stick it on your skin, you can put it in your hair, it actually absorbs in a little bit better. Now being straight argan oil, this is going to be a little bit more expensive, but it is a really great product, and I was excited to see that in the glam bag. Okay, the last skincare type product was from Juice Beauty Organic Solutions, and this was a hydrating mist. And this is just something you can put over your face to kind of refresh, or if you have a lot of powder on your face, you can just spritz. It smells really nice, and it can just kind of give you a nice, it can give you a little bit of softness to your skin and make it look more dewy instead of having so much powder, and especially if you've got kind of cakey face going on, this is great. Or if during the summer you're just hot and you need kind of a nice mist, anything like that, just hydrating your skin after you wash it just to tone it a little bit, this was a great product. Okay, so now for eye products, I also received another product from Mica Beauty, and it's all dirty because I use it a lot. And this is just their gel liner, and this is a really nice liner. I really enjoy it. My favorite way to use it is just to use an angled brush. Here's a little angled brush. This is one I got in my glam bag last year. And the product so far has stayed moist. I only had it for a couple months, so hopefully it doesn't dry out. But it's really good for lining your top line, for your waterline, tight line, anything like that. It works really well. I've also used this eyeliner to do a cat eye, and it also works good for that. It's a little soft, so you have to be really careful, but I think it works well and it lasts really long and it doesn't smudge. So it isn't waterproof, but it's not going to smudge just while you're wearing it. Okay, so I also received this Glam RX palette, and for me this isn't like, you know, a super great thing. I have lots of other magnetic palettes that I put my shadows in. But I was excited to try these two shadows. They're Yabby shadows, and I have one in Seashell, and this other little one is in Petal. And at first I thought, okay, those colors are great, they're really wearable, and I have a Mirabella color that looks almost exactly like this. But I'll be honest, like I was really disappointed with the pigmentation. Like the white, it wasn't too bad, but the pink just didn't come off as well as I thought it would. And you know, it was okay, but I feel like I've gotten better pigmentation out of other shadows, so I just don't see myself reaching for those. But I mean, it would be something to put in a travel bag, which would be really easy to work with. And so if you like little tiny things that you can travel with, then that would be a good choice for you. I also received one of these Coastal Scents palettes. This has Dark Goldenrod, Sunbeam, Golden Globe, Dark Golden Olive. I mean, these palettes are fine. I feel like they're a little awkward. I don't really know how to store them. A lot of people try to depot them and put them into their palette here. Some people were successful, but they did have to put magnets on the back. A lot of people ended up breaking them because it's kind of hard to get them out of the plastic. But if you were able to successfully get these out, you can put magnets on the back and then put these inside your little palette here. I feel like these shadows are okay. I mean, I didn't love them, but I didn't hate them. I have others that I enjoy more, so I don't find myself reaching for this. But I feel like overall, it's fine. I'll give you swatches of some of these colors. They're kind of interesting colors. They're more in the yellow and brown tones, and it's just not colors that I would reach for often, so that's one of the reasons why I don't particularly care for that as much. Okay, so the other eye product I got was the Pop Beauty like Kapow or Wow mascara. My first impression of the mascara was that it was very like weak. Like I put on a coat and it was just very like ordinary, just very simple. I mean, it didn't clump, it wasn't super lengthening, it was just very generic to me. And that was fine, it was buildable, and I think it would be great for someone starting out because it wouldn't be like, you know, getting so much, and you know, if you have a shaky hand, you're not going to be globbing up your lashes all over. The problem for me was that it smudged, and partly because I have hooded eyes and smaller eyes, I tend to get smudges on the back of my eyelids if I get a smudgy mascara, and for whatever reason that mascara smudged for me. So I just threw it out because there was no point in keeping a mascara that smudged. Okay, so moving on to tools, I got two different tools. One was a lash card, and I actually don't know where I put those. I haven't tried them yet. I think they would be better to use on other people, so I'll probably end up taking those to work. But, you know, I think if I was doing a really special event and spent a lot of time doing my own makeup and I was like, okay, I'm putting on the final coat of mascara, I do not want to mess this up, then I'd probably pull those out. But for an everyday, it just feels like an extra step that's not really necessary, so I probably wouldn't use them every day, but like I said, for special events. The next is this Soho concealer brush, and I feel like this is a good brush. It has nice density, synthetic bristles, it has kind of a little ergonomic grip here on the handle, and so it works well, and I have no complaints about it. It's a good brush. Okay, so the next thing is another nail polish, and this is from Nail Teeny, and this is in the color Frappe, and again, a very neutral nude color. The Frappe is right here, and then that's the other one next to it, and you can just see this one's kind of more of a creamy white, where this one's more of a peach. Again, I just feel like they're just so similar and very kind of neutral. I would like to see more, you know, more opaque colors. Hey, so my camera shut off. So really quick, last but not least, is some more hair product from Big Sexy. This is the Spray and Play. And this is just a great overall hairspray. I like that it's a travel size. And it's not very wet. It's a very dry formula, so it's great for people that like to just spray a finishing spray, don't want to touch it afterwards. It's not too heavy of a hold, it's more of a medium hold, but I still think it's a great overall hairspray. And so these are all the things that I got. So I will do my next review for my IPSY My Glam bags kind of every season. So I'll probably do another one for summer, fall, and then another one in the winter. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later. Bye!